Intelligent machines will soon allow us to conquer our most intractable challenges.
To develop new methods for the early detection of cancer.
To build a better future for all of us.
Simply put, to save lives.
Hello, welcome to What the Flick. I'm Christy, Alonso, Matt. They saw Transcendence last night. I did not, because my husband and I had mixed signals and we went to different theaters.
So you both went to the wrong theater?
No, I went to the right one, and he's like, "Where are you?" He calls me at 7:02. "Where are you?" I'm like, "I'm in the lobby." He's like, "No, I'm in the lobby."
This wouldn't happen if one of you had your brain uploaded into a computer.
If only I were Johnny Depp. Nice transition. Please explain the movie to us.
So Johnny Depp is the world's leading expert in artificial intelligence, and on a day when a bunch of Luddite terrorists take out most of the AI geniuses in America, if there are AI geniuses in other countries, we are never told about them. Johnny Depp is shot, and while the bullet only grazes him, it is coated with a radioactive substance that gives him about 2 weeks to live. So he and his loving and brilliant wife, Rebecca Hall, and their best friend, Paul Bettany, decide the best thing to do is to upload him in a computer. What could go wrong? Take a look.
Once online, its analytical power will be greater than the collective intelligence of every person born in the history of the world.
What did you do?
Revolutionary independence from technology, Rift.
They hit AI labs all over the country.
We're looking at 5 weeks before the system shuts down.
When I'm gone, keep moving forward.
I won't let you go.
We can upload his consciousness. We can save him.
If we missed anything, how will you know who you're dealing with? Oh my God.
It's like my mind has been set free.
So he's radioactive but does not become Spider-Man?
Shockingly, he does not become Bullet Man.
Why can't he go fight crime now? Why must he die in 2 weeks?
They're doing everything wrong. So the way this movie is set up is that you've got these different, Livermore labs and whatever, they're all working on different facets of AI. One of the guys who dies, who's played by somebody recognizable, I forget, but he has literally no dialogue. Anyway, has successfully uploaded the entire consciousness of a rhesus monkey onto a computer. And so they decide to follow his footsteps and upload Johnny Depp's brain into a computer. And then of course, the brain gets into the internet and things get, all that.
It's all those Zimbo quizzes or whatever, the Zimbio quizzes.
Yes.
The BuzzFeed quizzes. Yeah.
So, which is a cool idea, and this is a movie that starts out seeming like it's going to be about something. It's about, our reliance upon technology and how much are we willing to subsume our humanity to, the machines, and when does Skynet become, active and all that stuff. And then it just kind of fritters everything away. It stops being interesting. It stops having a point of view. It becomes this very sort of routine kind of thriller. It doesn't want to address any of the big questions that it asked early on, and it just gets kind of dull.
This is the directing debut of Wally Pfister, who was Christopher Nolan's longtime DP. Does it at least look cool?
It looks fine. It
looks great.
Yeah?
I mean, yeah.
It looks great, says Matt.
No, gray.
Oh, gray.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I saw it in IMAX, and it didn't blow me away. It looked fine. I mean, he falls back on a lot of the things that you would expect in a movie like this. For example, a supercomputer is thinking. So what do we get? Screens full of gibberish characters.
Like The Matrix?
Exactly. and then lots of those long white sci-fi hallways. In the Andromeda Strain.
Points of convergence, which looks pretty cool, but this movie's boring.
Yeah.
One of the reviews that I saw that we have up on Rotten Tomatoes, the pull quote says this is basically a feature-length TED Talk. And that's kind of the way it comes out,
Jake
right?
Coyle at the AP said that. That's Jake. Let's give credit where credit's due. Jakey, that was a good line.
It totally sums up my feeling on this movie. Exactly. It raises some interesting ideas, but the drama's not there, right? If this movie was more, if Christopher Nolan had done this and added some drama to it, this would be a really top-notch movie and be something that people talk about for a long time, the way they do with Inception. But this one, the emotion's not there. It just never gets there.
It's no Her.
I was about to ask you, so okay, he's inside of a computer. Once he gets uploaded, do we see him in his physical form, or is he like Scarlett Johansson voice?
He makes a face. No, he literally appears on screen as a Johnny Depp face made of ones and zeros.
He's Max Headroom.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, basically.
I'm so excited to go see this tonight now. I can't wait.
You know what? If we're talking about stories where somebody gets copied into a computer, Max Headroom is a much better story. And honestly, much more interesting about the answers and questions that it brings up. This one, like, yeah, it kind of gets into, what the singularity might mean and whether or not AIs can get smarter than us and, are we playing with fire? But then it pivots and becomes this thriller. And then at the very end, it totally kind of drops the ball with all of the points that it's trying to make. And it really...
Not to get into spoilers, but it's one of those movies that begins with the ending, it shows you the aftermath and then it's like 7 years earlier. Which you can get away with in a movie where you've got another card to play at the end. But once you've circled around and you're back to that ending again, it's not all that interesting. And then it kind of winds up being this cop-out of what seemed like there might be some actual sort of stakes and consequences. Maybe not.
Well, and one of the things that the movie doesn't do well is it tries to talk about how people aren't going to understand and they're going to be horrified. And, it tries to make the point that computer Johnny Depp has gone too far in certain things. So early on, he does a bunch of like really fast, high volume trading, and suddenly his wife has billions, right? And then at one point, because he's messing with nanotechnology, he fixes somebody that's been injured. But they're not totally autonomous anymore because they're walking around with the nanotechnology in their head, and he can somewhat control them.
It becomes Invasion of the Body Snatchers, basically.
You can't just unplug him.
Well, it kind of becomes that way, and as people find that out, there's supposed to be, and Rebecca Hall reflects this sense of
horror. The best thing in the
Is
movie,
she?
by the way, yes.
Right, and the characters, as they find this out, are horrified, but as a viewer, you just don't care, right? And that's the biggest problem. Like either make me feel the horror that the characters are feeling about what this computer program has done, or go on the flip side and share his frustration with people not understanding that what he's trying to do, but it doesn't do either of them.
It's also a straw man argument. It's like, you could make a case about technology being good or bad or dangerous or whatever, but the movie loads the deck by having anybody who gets the nanotech in them becomes part of the Johnny Depp consciousness. And I was like, well, who's going to be for that? Of course.
Well, here's a question. Okay, so a lot of what Johnny Depp does so well is with his physicality. If he's like trapped in a little box of numbers, is it a waste of what he can do? Like, how is he in this?
He's not all that. I mean, even when he's alive, he doesn't really. You don't buy necessarily that he's this brilliant scientist. Like he doesn't. He's. I'm not saying that he's dumb, but he doesn't radiate that kind of eccentricity or sort of intense, thought process that you might expect from somebody like that. But again, Rebecca Hall is dynamite. Okay. She walks away from the film.
She's good. Paul Bettany's fine.
Yeah. But I think Rebecca Hall specifically really anchors this thing into something resembling humanity. Okay. Like her relationship with Johnny Depp and her relationship with Johnny Depp is the one thing that sort of tethers this movie to a kind of a recognizable reality. And I found her really powerful. Hey, everybody else is fine. It's like, you got the Christopher Nolan day players in, Morgan Freeman's in it and Cillian Murphy. Kate Mara has nothing to do as a cyber terrorist. I don't know. It's just, this is a real disappointment. I think people were excited about this movie because of the people involved, and it seems like it's going to be timely and zeitgeisty, but it really doesn't work. And it certainly, I think while it doesn't get too into the weeds about the actual tech, does explore the man-machine interface in a way that this movie flirts with but doesn't really have anything to say about.
There's a shocking lack of emotion here, and that's the biggest problem.
It can be cool looking, but if you don't care, it doesn't.
Intellectually it's interesting, but you get to a point where it's like, all right, I kind of got the questions you've come up with.
It's 2 hours long. It's all of 2 hours long, if I recall correctly, right?
Yeah.
All right, numbers, friends.
I give it a 4.8 for working for a while and before it didn't.
4.
Okay, so their average is a 4.4, but it is like drastically
it's very
dropping.
It's about 15% on the tomato meter right now.
Yeah, it was in the 30s and then the 20s, and now it's just plummeting. So basically, it sucks. I'm gonna go see it anyway because I have to. Bye.